They just do one little lap around the thing.
Volunteers.
I'm sorry.
Are you
Get it out of the way.
So upset.
So that's more. And then you gotta go in.
So we're right next to you down there, and she sponsored you.
They're cousins. Matt's brother. That's my side. They are, ma'am.
And you got to sponsor you too.
Don't matter what you owe, it's matter what you get. What's going on, man? What does that camper sell? What does that camper sell for right now? I don't know. We got to get that slide on in. They added all that. They may have them there. flush it down.
It don't matter. Let them give you the depth. You plug both of them into the slide rod. Plug both of them into the 30, and it comes out 50. Anywhere you go, you got that depth, you have 50. No matter what.
What's your name?
You plug both of them into these 30 sockets.
Because you have parts of 230, you put goes in both of those, it comes out 50. Huh?
Yeah.
So that was one because I looked at one that I liked. I had a 50 amp breaker, but I was like, most places I bought it had 50 amps. Converted down. We don't have one that does. I need to get one. We just have one that goes 30 and 50. We only run one every. So that's like what he's talking about there. No, ours is fall in water on you. He converts that ball out, work all of that once. Plug two of them. I get you hitting 6. And then you plug it into your pickup, and then you go above there. You are. When we were tied in with ours, because we always tried this. Well, they got this 82 because I had 2 palm trees over the top of it, erosion away. Last time we went down there, we were reserved for 82. Somebody was already in it. And I could have, so we took 84. During the middle of the day, can't get it. Night was clear outside. Oh yeah, you couldn't sleep. We got blankets in there. Kind of block the sun.
Pass the basket around, get the wallets out, dig it out,
Are there any other announcements you can make at this time?
The previous sign-up sheet is up. There's only just a couple names on it so far. And we already have the information, so when you sign up, if you would like to get your, go ahead and get your information, your packets, just let me know and we'll go back there and get them for you so that you can get a head start.
Sign up for Easter sheets back on the back table too for breakfast.
There's also a sign-up sheet for next Sunday for, us feeding the homeless, taking it to feed the homeless. Tea cake, cookies, brownies, yeah, pound cake, whatever.
Do we need to bring that stuff already packaged?
Please.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like that.
Okay.
And, you know, if you want to make any kind of donation to help pay for the meeting, so.
Just to let everybody know, this is something I just found out the other day. A lady sat down and talked with me the other day at the restaurant when me and Becky had left here. And we have been invited as a church to participate in something that's happening in Warrenton next Sunday night. Next Sunday night in Warrenton, they're having what they call a church one. And what that means is all the area churches are going to come together at the Warrenton High School auditorium for a group service. There'll be black churches there, there'll be Baptist Church in Warrenton will be there. They're going to have like a different speaker, they're going to have different musics and stuff like that. And we've been invited to come as a church. And I just found out about this last week. I want to let y'all know I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of who you are. I'm proud of who we are as a church. And I would love for us as a church to go. I would love to, I'm going to be honest with you, I'd love to show y'all off to people in Warrenton because nobody in Warrenton really knows, the people that me and Becky know up here. And for us to have that opportunity to take y'all to Warrenton and introduce my church family to people in Warrenton, it's something that I would love to do. But I mean, Perry, that may be something that we have to bring up in a conference. I don't know, but it's just something I would love for us to be able to participate in. We don't have to do anything.
What time does it start?
I think it starts at 6. We don't have to participate in anything or anything like that, but it's just something. So I don't know what we do about it here. I don't know how we approach something.
That's next Sunday?
Yep.
Okay.
It's the fifth Sunday. They do it on 5th Sundays.
Okay.
And I just found out about it. So I mean, that's fine. I mean, if that's what we want to do, then that's what we'll do. Okay. So we do 5th Sunday singing? So what?
I'm fine with the point, it doesn't matter.
I mean, I'm not trying to cause any complications in what if we, as far as the plan or anything like that. So.
I mean, Diane, how many do you have people coming?
No, it's just congregation, so it's nothing planned.
Okay, it's not like you've got somebody that you have to call and cancel.
Just all congregation, that's it. That's all.
And really, has it been put in the paper or anything? Okay.
It's just
So, I mean, it's just us. So it's not, even though we say this Sunday night thing, it's not like it used to be.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess it needs to be congregational, needs to decide what they want to do.
Oh, y'all think about it, we'll talk about it after.
I'm going to say we decide that for each
Good luck.
We'll see how that goes.
Yep. Any other announcements? If not, our prayer list, any need to be added to as they grow. Yes, ma'am.
Night before last, and I'm not sure who knows her, but Susan Teasley, her brother was named Todd, he's a little bit older than me. She suddenly died from a blood clot in her lung night before last, and she has a son in the military in Africa, so they're trying to get him back for the funeral, and I'm not sure when I don't know that they've made plans until he can get back.
What was the first name?
Susan.
Susan Teasley.
Well, she's a Rogers, Susan Teasley Rogers, but I knew if I said Susan Rogers, I don't know.
I'll take that.
All right. Anybody else? Need to remember Mike Mills, gentleman yesterday lost his house fire and everything on White Rock Road.
Mike Mims.
Yeah, he works
Mike
at the high
Mills.
school.
Any others? Anybody have a praise report this morning?
I
You,
I have
Kim?
a job offer for, to, be a pharmacist after I graduate.
so that's a double hand raise right there.
See, Pee Wee, all that school's paying off now.
Just say that when she gets her first paycheck.
Hey, Billy, Joe, Kathy, she's not in here to talk about it, but Lifeway, as many of y'all know, Lifeway has chosen to close all their stores by the end of the year. And a praise is that the store here locally is going to try to stay open till at least between, I think they said between September and November is what Kathy, the boss, sent an email. So he's going to do what he can to do to keep the store. Most of them are going to close by June, but he's going to try to keep this one open down here. And in fact, he was actually talking about Hal Purdue, which is a good friend of ours. He's actually talked about, he's thrown out the idea of maybe trying to even open up his own little Christian, bookstore there, So that, in a sense, it is a praise that it's going to be here a little bit longer than what what the corporate wants right now. So definitely support them in these last couple of months. Just really show them how much they're going to be missed.
Yep. Anybody else? Or nobody out? If not, Steve, you look at something correctly?
Father, thank you for this day, and thank you for everything you bless us with, Lord. And I just pray that you be with all those who Lord, you know who they are, you know what their situations are, you know their friends and family that are involved as well, Lord. And I just pray that your will is done in those situations and that you just provide all those involved with peace and comfort, Lord, that only you can. Just know that you're in control, you're in charge of it all, Lord. So we just lift those up to you and just pray to be with Marty and bring us our message today. Be with him as he presents it, and be with us as we receive it. Lord, and through it all, and just get all the honor and glory that you deserve. Bless us all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Page 333, let's all stand.
Oh,
we are.
That's good. All right. Yeah. My granddad gave me a 65-pound animal and I sold it for 65 pounds. Later on in years, I found out I could have bought me a new little tractor for what that called was. But you don't know what you got until it's gone. Well, this morning we're going to be talking about just the opposite of that. Just the opposite of that. If you don't know what you got till it's gone, it means you did have it. What if you don't know what's out there for you, or waiting for you, if you never take the step to go get it? Think about that. Take Kimber, for instance. You know, Lord bless her Stephen in this situation with this job coming up. And it's you know, it appears now that a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of tears, a lot of worry has went into this, and now things are beginning to come through. But sometimes in life, there needs to be steps taken in order for achievements to be made. And in some, for instances in life, some people have all the opportunities in the world, but they're just not willing to take the step. Christ is there for everybody, if we will just take the step. And how many people in this world will never take that step toward a loving Savior that has died for them? I want to share something with you. Raise your hand if you know who Tony and Susie Alamo is. My wife does. Is there anybody else in here that can tell you that's my wife right now? That's a loaded question. I'm not going to answer it. The only reason she knows is because we watched the documentary last night. Other than that, me and her neither one didn't know who it was either.
Who do I know name that?
Tony and Susie Alamo started a Christian foundation back in the wars in the 70s,
Late 60s,
late 60s, early 70s. We all know who David Koresh is, correct? A lot of people know David Koresh is. We all know who was it, Jim Jones. We all know who Jim Jones was. But I've never heard of Tony Alamo. I never heard of Susie Alamo. She started the foundation. She was a person that used God to make billions. And she done it by literally taking over a town. And she built a whole town. She had a trucking company. She had a clothing company. She had all these different companies. It would be just like her coming into Lincoln, Georgia and creating this booming metropolis of stores in Lincoln. And guess what? It was all done under the umbrella of the church. So there was no taxes. So we see immediately that we're dealing with crooks. But one thing led to another, and this story about Tony and Susie Alamo gets worse. Because what happens is not only does the church start establishing businesses in the area, but they build churches in the area. And you don't just go to church on Sunday and go back home with your family the rest of the week. You become part of this group of people. You become one of the followers. You become one of the believers. You become one of their children. You become their property. And this goes on for several years. Several years. And one thing leads to another. And we all know some of the horror stories we've heard from people in cults. We know about what happens a lot of times as far as children. We know that a lot of times children get the brunt of the deal. Well, here's the situation. These people got to a point of where they mandated everything be done and done for the church, not because Jesus loves you, but because you was going to go to hell if you didn't do it. So these kids that were born into this group never knew Christ's love. They never knew what forgiveness was. They never knew anything that Christ is about as far as what we should understand that's good for us. All they ever heard in their whole entire life was, if you wasn't in church on Sunday morning, you was going to hell. If you didn't give everything that you had to the church, you was going to hell. If you spoke back to your parents, you was going to hell. And they held this over these kids' head their whole entire existence. Some of these kids were born into this. They didn't even live on the outside. They never knew what the outside world was. They were born into it. And they were brought up with this mindset, with this brainwashing, that if they done anything wrong, they was going to go to hell. And that's how they held it over them. That's how they kept them there. They said, if you ever leave, you're going to die and go to hell. If you leave us, you're going to die and go to hell. Everything was about dying and going to hell. And all he or she would ever preach on is hell. No forgiveness, no redemption, no reconciliation, no love, no grace, no mercy, hell. Well, let me tell you how bad it actually got. She died, and he took over. And that's when the real beatings began. And the way they would beat the children is they would take 4 grown men, boy or girl, didn't matter. One man would get an arm, another man would get an arm, one man would get a leg, another man would get a leg, and they would pick the child up and they would suspend the child in the air like a trap, or like a hammer, and they would hold him up. He wouldn't be in the room; he would be on a speakerphone, and he would tell them how many licks to give the child, and he would tell them to now start chopping wood. And what the man would do, they had a huge paddle this long with holes drilled in it. And we all talk about Paul Revere's paddle. I know y'all heard several of y'all here talk about Paul Revere's paddle. And you know how Paul would never hold back on giving somebody a spanking. They would hold the child suspended, and a grown man would take that paddle and he would swing as hard as he could and come right down on the child's butt. And that's the way they give whippings. And when it was all said and done, he would listen over the phone and he would say, it didn't sound like you hit them hard enough, do it again. So they would beat the child again.
No, he would say, God said you didn't.
Yeah, God said, everything was God.
God said that.
Yeah, God said that. But the one that he got convicted of was a young man that was actually brought into it. And what ended up happening was he had that child stand on a couch, held onto a couch, and had men line up and start beating the child. They said it was over with, blood was running down his legs. Blood was running down his legs from the beatings. But they interviewed the children. And this is back in the 70s and the 80s. So these are children that are grown now. These are grown people. You know what they said? You know what they said about the whole thing? They said, we knew that what was happening was awful, but we also knew we deserved it. And it was God's intention for us to be beaten so that we wouldn't do what? So that we wouldn't go to hell. Why? How could they have that belief? How could they have that belief? Did they know God is a loving God? No. Did they know God is a punishing God? Yes. So there were 2 types of punishment. Either you took the beatings or you went to hell. That's the way it worked in this culture. Well, let's look at some scripture. Exodus, the book of Exodus. Turn with me if you will, please. We're going to be in chapter 14. Chapter 14, book of Exodus. Not a pleasant service this morning. Not a pleasant message this morning by any means. Not pleasant. We're talking about, and I just want to share with y'all this. I appreciate so much what companies do on Wednesday nights. If y'all are not coming on Wednesday nights, you really miss some blessing because we have learned so much from God's Word on Wednesday nights. Some of the stuff is absolutely, it has no value whatsoever because some of Coney's questions, we don't know where he gets them from. We don't know what he means by them. And when we leave, sometimes we don't really know what the actual answer is. But it's all great stuff. But the little things in between, forget about the questions. Forget about all of it. If you'll just read God's Word, He'll tell you things. He'll share with you things. He'll talk to you in His Word. Well, God spoke to me through His Word last week when I was reading some things. We're talking about something that everybody should know something about. Everybody knows what the Passover was. The Passover is when God is fixing to do what? He's fixing to bring judgment on who? Pharaoh. He's going to bring judgment on Pharaoh. He's going to bring judgment on Egypt. But there's something that's fixing to happen. There's something that's fixing to happen. What is He going to do? He's going to send the spirit of death. And He's going to go in and all the firstborn, regardless of who you are, is going to be murdered, going to be taken out, going to be killed. So that's where we're at right now. And I want to share something with you. Because after the Passover took place, Is there firstborn children that lived through the Passover? Yes. Who were they? The Israelite children. So here, because of the blood on the door, the Israelite children lived. These people saw God's miracle firsthand. They saw them live and the Egyptians die because of blood being put on the door, just like Scott said. Pharaoh said, leave. He said, leave me. He says, I don't want to see you anymore. Moses, get your people and leave. I don't want to see you. I'm done with you. I'm done with people dying. I'm done with the plagues. I'm done with the whole 9 yards. My own son is done died. So Moses takes the people, he gathers them up, and they take off. And what do they encounter? What is the next thing that they walk up into? A big old body of water. Big body of water. Well, in the meantime, from them traveling to when they left into the body of water, God hardens Pharaoh's heart again. And he says, basically, we're going to get them. We've done let our servants go. We don't have anybody to serve us. We're going to get the Israelites. We're going to bring the Israelites back. So that's what the story's going to start this morning. As he's approaching the Israelites, we're going to be in verse 10, Exodus 14, verse 10. As he's approaching the Israelites, it says in verse 10, as Pharaoh approached, the Israelites looked up, and there were the Egyptians marching after them. They were terrified and cried out to the Lord. They said, Moses, was it because there was no graves in Egypt that you brought us to the desert to die? What have you done to us by bringing us out of Egypt? Didn't we say to you in Egypt, leave us alone. Let us serve the Egyptians. It would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in the desert. Moses answered the people, do not be afraid. Stand firm and you will see. The deliverance of the Lord will bring you to the day. The Egyptians you see today, you will never see again. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Then the Lord said to Moses, why are you crying out to me? Tell the Israelites to move on. Raise your staff and stretch out your hand over the sea to divide the water so that the Israelites can go through the sea on dry ground. You see, somewhere in there, here's Tony and Susie Alamo's children. Here's Tony and Susie Alamo's children. The children that grew up in that cult. The children that was in that cult their whole entire life. They're in this story. They're right smack dab in the middle of it. In the middle verse of everything we just read, between 10 and 14, look at verse 12. Look at verse 12. Didn't we say, this is the Israelites speaking to Moses, didn't we say to you in Egypt, leave us alone. Let us serve the Egyptians. It would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in the desert. Why? How could they have that mentality when they're following an almighty God? You know why? Because all they ever knew their whole entire life was living in Egypt. Because the Israelites, we learned the other night in Coney's study, the Israelites were held captive in Egypt for 430 years. Well, what if you're 100 years old? What if you're 50 years old? Do you know a life outside of living as a slave in Egypt? You don't. So if you don't know that, you don't know that there's anything better than that. The kids that was living under Tony and Susie Alamo's regime thought that what they were living was normal life. They lived that life. They didn't know that there was something better outside there. The Israelites knew no better. They didn't care. They knew that they listened to this nut named Moses, and he done threw them out because he done performed all these miracles in front of them. So they followed him, and they get out there and everything, eat peaches and cream. They turn around and they look, and here comes Pharaoh, and what is the first thing they want to do? They want to go back to Egypt because it's all they've ever known. But it gets so interesting at this point. It gets so interesting at this point. We start out by asking the question, you don't know what you got till it's gone. The Israelites had no idea who God really was. There are people in church today that have no idea who God really is. You know why? Because they're saying, just like this verse says, in verse 12, Didn't we say you in Egypt? And then listen to what it says. Leave us alone. How about some other translation? You got some other translation? Buck, you got yours ready? What does verse 12 say?
Did we tell you this would happen while we were standing here? We said, leave us alone. Let us be slaves to Egypt.
All right, very good. Let us be slaves. Let us be slaves. Tony, what's your King James say?
Is this not the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians?
We may serve the Egyptians. Let us be slaves. Let us serve the Egyptians. Anybody got another translation? Anybody else got anybody else? Okay, good enough. That's good enough for right now. But what does it say? Let us be slaves. Let us serve. What is the world saying today when you try to talk to them about Jesus? Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business. I don't believe in what you believe in, therefore leave me alone. Let me serve. Let me serve. We talked about it in Sunday school this morning. Again, in Sunday school this morning, the Sunday school message went right along with what we're talking about now. Did we or did we not talk about slavery to sin this morning in Sunday school? We did. Let me serve. Let me be a slave. Before you come to Christ, you was telling God to his face by your rejection of his son, let me serve Satan. Let me serve the world. Let me be a slave to everything that you're not about. When you see your friends and you know that there's no more Jesus in them than there is a cow on the moon, when you know that they don't know who Christ is, what are they saying to you? They're saying, let me serve this world. Let me be part of this world. I am not interested in your God. I am not interested in your Jesus. I am not interested in your forgiveness. I am not interested in his grace. I am not interested in his mercy. I am not interested in anything to do with God. Let me serve like I should want to. Let me do what I want to. Let me serve in the way that I'm serving. And you think to yourself, well, that just, people don't really do that. Let me tell you something. If you don't believe in Jesus Christ, you're serving the world. You're serving Satan if you don't accept Jesus. I've got some words that I want to share with you. And I read this the other day. I was reading my verses, getting ready for Coney's class. And as I was reading them and I got to this, it's like God just said, here, use all these words. And just take these words and just put them out there and let whoever's toes it lands on, let it stomp them. Whoever's heart it hits, let it hit it hard. Whoever's conscience it hits, let it bother it. But there's so many words that God gave me. It was just like boom, 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 boom. He gave me all these words. And he said, but before you say these words, you make sure you say, let me serve my. Let me serve my. And the first thing we want to do as Christians sitting in here this morning, we want to think about the people that are lost. Okay, we want to think about the people that are lost. That's our first thought. Well, it's bad for them. The people outside the church that don't believe in Jesus. This is really bad for the world because everything he's fixing to say goes right along with them. You know what? There's people in this church that needs to hear exactly what I'm fixing to say. Why? Because there are people that accepted Christ as their Savior and stopped at that point. They never moved on. So even though they claim him as Christ, who are they actually serving? You think you can't be a Christian and just make Satan just tickle to death? You think you can't just make Satan just happy about who you are because you're claiming Christ and living for him? You think that ain't possible? It's very possible. Let me share some words with you this morning. Let me share some words with you that I hope there's somebody in here it hits. Because in serving these things, in serving this way of life, and in taking this and putting it as a priority over who Christ is, over who God is, over who servanthood of the church, in doing that, you're saying, I believe in you, Jesus, but let me serve something else. This is some of the things. Let me serve my job. Let me serve my hobbies. Let me serve my bottle. Okay? Let me serve my drug. Let me serve my family. Let me serve my finances. Let me serve my misery. Oh, that's a good one. How about that? How many people do you know love to be miserable? Love to be miserable. It's true. There are some people that get up in the mornings and they look for something to be miserable about. And when they're miserable, that's when they're the happiest. You know how you get along good with people like that? You be miserable right along with them. If you walk up to him, we got a guy at work, bless his heart, love a guy there, but he spends a miserable existence on this earth. And if you walk up, I'm serious in the heart that. If you walk up to him and say, man, how you doing today? Is everything going good? He'll look at you, that's all you're going to hear. Because he's miserable. But if you walk up to him and you play his hand first, if you walk up to him and say, man, golly, I'm having one of the worst days of my life. It's just awful. My boss man just threatened to fire me. I had a flat time away to work this morning. My wife's mad at me because I didn't get the grass cut. And I'm fixing to lose my fishing boat because I'm 3 papers behind. Wash their eyes. Whoo! They happy then. You know why? Because they've got somebody just as miserable as they say. Oh, so misery loves company. It really happens. It's true. I'm telling you, it's true. It's true. There are people that live their existence like that. Let me serve my misery. There are people that love being miserable. Let me serve my misery. It's the most important thing to me, is to be miserable. Let me serve out my depression. How many people don't come to church because they claim they're depressed? How many people don't come to church because they claim something that's happened in their life and they're just upset about it and they're just not interested in coming to church right now because they can't believe God will let something like this happen in their life. They can't believe that in all loving God would let them be in the state of mind they're in right now. So they're just going to sit, they're just going to be depressed, and they're just not going to care about it. That's just who they're going to be, and they're not worried about it. What are they doing? Are they serving an almighty God by saying that? No. What are they doing? They're serving their depression. Let me serve my depression. Let me serve my misery. Let me do what I want to do. Leave me alone. Let me be depressed. Leave me alone. Let me be miserable. Leave me alone. Let me serve my anxiety. Let my anxiety over something be the most important thing in my life. Let me serve my anxiety to the point where I forget that there is a God in heaven that created everything that I know, and He's not powerful enough to take care of my anxiety because my worries is more important than Him, my worries is more strong than Him, and my worries take precedence over Him. You going to tell me nobody has ever dealt with that? You going to tell me you've never served your anxiety? You going to tell me you've never let your anxiety take the place of Christ in your heart? You going to tell me you've never had a Saturday morning when you got up, or maybe even worse than that, a Tuesday morning when you're supposed to be at work, or a Sunday morning, heaven forbid, when you're supposed to be at church serving Him, and you say, oh, my marriage just told me I can't do that. Who are you serving? Who are you serving when that happens? Are you acknowledging a Savior in heaven that died on a bloody cross for you? Or are you serving Satan by serving your anxiety? Are you serving Satan by serving your worry, serving your depression, serving your misery? Who's taking precedence in your life? The almighty love of God? Or what you think is important? Let me serve my embarrassment. Nobody wants the door shut in their face. I understand. But what you got to understand is, if you think you've ever been embarrassed for Christ, that's exactly where you were supposed to be when you were being embarrassed. Because there's nothing no more embarrassing than what happened to Him when He hung on the cross. We really don't even know how many clothes He had on. We really don't know. He could have been partially naked. He could have been completely naked. We don't know. But to hang there the way He did, to be exposed the way He was, and not to know sin, can you imagine how embarrassing that would be for one of us? Can you imagine living a lifestyle that was one way your whole entire life, only to be found guilty of something that was completely not what it was, and they hang you in front of everybody and show you to everybody? And that's the way some people look at actually mentioning Jesus' name to someone. Did you know that? Now, I'm not talking about Stephanie. Bless her heart, Stephanie done absolutely wonderful. Stephanie was, when we went out knocking on doors, she was a trooper. She made sure she stayed in the vehicle every time.
She got out.
She got out.
I was forced.
You was forced?
The first couple times.
Yeah, but then it got better. And then I realized that people aren't all that bad they seem because that lady invited us.
They are that bad! They're terrible! They're awful! They gonna shoot me! They gonna stick their dog on sometimes you got ready to get out. But true enough, most of the time, you're actually accepted very nicely. Now, what's the end result going to be most of the time when you leave the house? I wish they'd just left me alone and let me go back to serving when I'm already serving. I just wish they'd left me alone.
You won't get that from them. You get up, thank you.
You're not going to get that.
By, see you next time.
Nope.
You get no reaction. You get no commitment.
Nope. Let me serve my worrying. That goes along with everything else. Here's a big one, folks. Let me serve my selfishness. Let me serve my selfishness. Let me serve myself. Let me take care of what I want first. Let me do what I want to do first. Let me see what I want to see first. Let me do what I want to do first. Let me go where I want to go first. I'll go to church for one day. I'll take on this thing called Jesus for one day. But first and foremost, let's take care of me today. I want to do what me want to do. It's all about me. It's all about me. I commend each and every one of you today for being here. Okay? Doesn't mean you're saved. I wouldn't assume that it would be. I pray that you are. But here's the deal. At least you're putting forth some kind of effort. There's a lot of people that's not. There's a lot of people that's not. You know why? Because their selfishness is so intense, the church ain't even important to them. When church on Sunday morning should be, other than Christ himself, should be the most important thing to you. Let me serve my pornography. I don't know if we have people in here with a problem with that. I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you if there's a man in here that has a problem, or a woman that has a problem with pornography. Because in this day and time, you don't know what you're dealing with. I don't know if we have that, but let me tell you something. I know the effect that Satan can use, the things he can use, and I know the effect he can have on people's lives. And if a person becomes addicted to something like this, it can ruin their life in a hurry. It can take over, it can take control, so they're serving. We talked about this morning, what does it mean to be a slave to sin? It means sin is something that you cannot help but do. Because you don't have Christ. Let me serve my adultery. Let me claim I'm married out one side of my mouth, but yet I spend the whole time. I'm not talking to people. I'm not talking about people that's actually been through divorce. Yes, that applies to them, but let me tell you something. A man that claims to be married under the sight of God, that looks at another woman in a way unbecoming of the way Christ would look at a woman, is a man that just committed adultery. Because what happens after the eye sees it? The brain begins to think it. And what happens after the brain begins to think it? The heart begins to believe it. That also goes for women too. If you claim you're married under God's sight, if you're married and been graced by God, been blessed by God, and you look at a woman or you look at a man outside of your spouse, your person you're supposed to be loving, in a way that's unbecoming of Christ, you have just been enslaved to adultery. You have just said, let me serve my adultery because it's more important than my own actual marriage. That's how important it is to me. I want to look outside my marriage. God has given me this person. I've taken an oath for this person in front of God, but yet I want to go outside that. You've become a slave to adultery. You have said, leave me alone, let me serve. Let me serve my hatred. Wow. Wow, that's a pretty tough word. I used to think hatred was a very bad word. That's a tough word. You know, some people love to hate. You know, some people just love to hate folks. They just love to find out something about somebody just so they can have hatred in their heart for them. They love to hate. But these last two, for the people in this church today, are the most two. I know without a shadow of a doubt, I know I can take the rest of this list. And you know what? For the most part, the rest of this list I got right here. So I take a lot, look at all my notes, Stephen. That's good, man. I can take this list kind of sort. It's a Sunday morning sermon grocery list. That's what it is. I can take just about all these things on this side, and half of these things on this side, and for the most part, they don't apply to the people that I've grown to know and love in this church. So sometimes it's kind of hard to have one of these messages because I know I'm talking to people that it doesn't apply to. At least I don't think it do. I don't know what happens behind closed doors, okay? Don't assume what goes on behind my closed doors, and I won't assume what goes on behind yours. Okay? do is present the message and everybody listen to it. If you ever heard something old saying, a hit dog will holler? So that ball's in your court. Mr. Are you with me? With me. That's what I'm talking about. First thing captain lays egg. Anybody ever heard of them?
Yeah, bad wheel squeeze.
Bad wheel squeak. There you go. If the shoe fits, wear it. That's exactly right. And don't hit the door. Don't let the door hit you when a good Lord spits you. No, that don't do that. That's wrong. That's wrong. We got this whole list, and for the most part, it doesn't apply to this church. These last two apply to this church. 150%. 150%. You say it can't be no such thing as 150%. Anything's possible with God. 150%. These last two apply. Let me serve my contentment, and let me serve my complacency. Let me serve my contentment, and let me serve my complacency. What is it saying? It says, I'm happy where I'm at right now. Going to church, doing the God thing, showing up on Sunday mornings, doing enough, hitting my Sunday time clock. I got my hour in for the day. Sometimes I'll even do Sunday school. I'm good. Me and God's good right now. I'm going to serve my contentment because I'm content in my relationship with Him right now. I don't want to do anything else. Heaven forbid He asks me to do anything else because I'm not going to do it. Don't ask me. Not going to do it because I'm happy where I am right now. I'm happy doing what I'm doing right now. Don't want anybody to bother me. You think a person in the church can't say, leave me alone?
Amen.
People in church say, leave me alone all the time. You know how? Every time there's a name not put on that list back y'all for anything in a servanthood position in this church, you have just said, leave me alone. That's what happens. You think God don't see you not putting your name on that list? You think God don't see you choosing not to volunteer to do something? Who do you honestly think you are fooling? You ain't even fooling the people in this church, let alone God. But yet you claim Him. You claim to walk with Him. You claim to talk to Him. You claim to be part of Him. But don't dare ask somebody to do something. Leave me alone. Let me serve my contentment. Let me serve my complacency. Let me serve my happiest place. Let me serve where I am right now. And leave me alone. I'm going to ask you something right quick. Is anybody here that does not know what the word repent means? If I were to ask you point blank, do you know what? I may be fixing to ask somebody. So it'd be better if you held your hand up right now. Lane? What's the word repent mean? Well, you should have held your hand up. See? Repent means to turn 180 degrees from the direction you're going in. That also means if you're sitting still and you're going to repent, it means to move. Because if you're sitting still and you've got to change, what's the opposite of sitting still? Movement. Doing something. If you're doing something wrong, stop doing it and turn something and do something right. But if you're sitting still, guess what? You're doing something wrong. So turn and start doing something right. Is anybody in here perfect? Raise your hand if you think you are, so you will know that you're not. Okay? Then that means that everybody in here has got one reason right now to repent. Every one of us, me included, have a reason, have something we need to repent from. Every one of us. So there's something in your life right now that you need to be better at. And I hope this morning's message has brought it to the surface. I hope it's brought it to the light. We're fixing to finish. Turn with, if you will, to, let's flip back just a couple of chapters. Exodus 11:7. Exodus 11:7. You, which one I tell you to read? That's it. Okay, good, good, good. What we're going to do is we're going to read 4 through 7. We talked about a while ago the Passover. Scotty told us about the blood on the door. All that's taking place. This is what the Lord says to Moses. So Moses said, this is what the Lord says, about midnight, I will go throughout Egypt. Every firstborn son in Egypt will die. From the firstborn son of Pharaoh who sits on the throne to the firstborn of the female slave who is at her handmill, and all the firstborn of cattle will as well. There will be loud wailing throughout Egypt, worse than has ever been or ever will be again. But among the Israelites, not a dog will bark at any person or animal. Then you will know that the Lord makes a distinction between Egypt and Israel. Wow. Wow. What did this say? It says the Lord makes a distinction between Egypt and Israel. What we got up here? CEV. Jimmy, where in the world you get that translated from? What is that?
Contemporary English version.
Okay, and we got contemporary English version. I'm going to try to read it. I ain't even heard this before. But there won't be any need for Israel to cry. Things will be so quiet that not even a dog will be heard barking. Then you Egyptians will know that the Lord is good to the Israelites, even while he punishes you. Who is he talking to? The Lord's good to the Israelites, even while he's punishing you. Who's being punished? The Egyptians. Okay? I want you to take out the word Israelites, and I want you to take out the word Egyptians, and I want you to insert two words in it. The lost and the saved. The lost and the saved. As you sit in this church this morning, if you've got a friend that's lost, think of them as an Egyptian. Think of them as an Egyptian. And you read this in that way now. You read it back like I read out of the NIV when it says God will make a distinction between the Egyptian and the Israelite. Mr. Bill, we talked about it many, many times about God knowing in the end who's going to be separated. We're going to separate the sheep from the goats. We're going to separate the wheat from the chaff. We're going to separate these things. God knows who you are. God knows your heart. God knows your heart. He will make the final distinction. He's the one that will look into you, not at you. He's not going to look at you sitting in church. He's going to look for the church inside of you. He's not going to look at you talking to Jesus. He's going to look at the Jesus inside you. That's what he's going to look at. You can put up all kind of fronts. You can come to church and not sign lists. It doesn't make any difference. As far as the world is trying to be a church or a Christian. God sees who you are. And I want to ask this Christian to get ready to close. What does he see inside you today? Because you have made the statement, leave me alone. I have enough Jesus in me to get me out of hell. But I don't want to have enough Jesus to keep the hell out of me. Think about that. Let us pray. Father, we come to you now. Thank you for this time. Father, we thank you for the opportunity to be in your house today. We thank you for the message. It was so simple. But Father, we just want to acknowledge you in it. Father, there's so many outside this church that don't know you. There's so many outside this church that are more than willing to serve Satan. They're serving other gods. They're serving themselves. They're serving power. They're serving alcohol. They're serving pills. They're serving all these things in their life that are so bad. But Father, we have problems inside church. Inside what's claiming to be your body, there are problems. And I pray today there has been at least one, if not all, but at least one in here today that this message has touched in a way that they've never been touched before. And I pray that for the most part everybody in here is saved. My second prayer is that everybody in here will act like they are saved. And I ask these things in and through the precious name of Jesus, our servant while he was here, but our Lord when he comes back. Amen. Amen.
Page 606. It's all there.
and we'll go over it, and we'll kind of dissect, and we'll have some thoughts, and we'll have some comments, and we'll have some questions and stuff. And that's what Sunday nights are for, and I'm looking forward to it. Some will now get prepared to close, and then we're gonna kind of hash out this thing about next Sunday night.
Gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We just ask you to be with us and guide us, Lord, as we try to understand this message that was brought this morning, Lord. We just ask the hearts and minds that was open for it to be attended to, Lord. We just ask that you be with them and guide them. We just ask you to be with us and guide us as we continue our work. Ask God in the precious name. Amen.